Alright, I'm not gonna lie. Uh, this is gonna be a pretty hard video for me to make. So, I guess last night or yesterday morning or whatever, one of my favorite actors of all time, just for their entertainment value alone, Robin Williams, died. Apparently he killed himself. Or at least that's what some of the reports say, that he strangled himself. Some of the reports say they did a bunch of drugs and then strangled himself. Or that like maybe he OD'd on whatever drugs he was taking. I'll remember Robin Williams for being just the kind of performer who you could tell he took his acting very seriously. You could tell you could also tell he was kind of running from something when he was in his acting. Because of the energy he put into his stand-up, into his roles in acting. I mean, who could ever forget him being the genie in Aladdin, or Mrs. Doubtfire, or what else? Or even in Patch Adams, which I think is like one of the worst movies ever made, but you know, his performance kind of made that movie a watchable, okay? But through it all, I guess he just didn't want to be alive, and he felt like he was just running from maybe insecurities, or running from something that we never know he was trying to not address. It's funny because we see famous people as like maybe two entities, okay? A lot of people are jealous of famous people. Oh, you know, you're famous, you get whatever the hell you want. So why bitch? Why moan? Why complain about it? The other half sees them as really stressed out beings who, you know, just want to be regular people. I belong in that second camp because, I mean, I'm not famous at all. I'm not even famous. I kind of get celebrity status when I go out. When I go out on the town, just because the place I work at just brings a lot of the college party types. So whenever I go out, they go, "Oh my God, you work at this store or whatever," and I go, "Yeah, I do. You know, what do you want? An autograph? Like that kind of stuff." You know what I mean? So I can understand multiplying that by millions upon millions upon millions of fans and admirers and people who go to acting school just so they could be you. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. I can feel the common famous person's pain. But at the same time, I understand that they have a lot of money. They have a lot of guys doing the work for them. You know what I mean? So why not just take some time off doing what you are doing currently, whether it being acting or sports or whatever, and go see some help, see some people about what you're going through, and explain it to them. I'm not gonna lie, this is hard. It's hard for me to admit, even harder than in the 15 years later video, because the 15 years later videos, especially that first one, yeah, I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders, but it's something that I've told a lot of people, And it's something that, yes, it freaks people out, but they get like almost like sympathy. You know what I mean? It's like, oh wow, that sucks, but look, you're surviving. You're doing better than you were. You know, you've overcome for the most part a lot of anxiety that you had towards, you know, intimacy and sex and all that good stuff. For the last 15 years of my life, I've wrestled with suicidal thoughts. I don't know if I want to be proud of it because I haven't killed myself yet. Part of me, kind of thinks that I'm already dead, and I'm just kind of like some Walking Dead zombie thing. Another part of me thinks that like I have suicidal thoughts just because I want to get attention from people. The fact of the matter is, there's very little that I look forward to, but those small things, in my opinion, they become the big things. For example, moving on Friday, going back to school possibly, you know, introducing a new friend into bowling, you know what I mean, and making him become a part of the bowling community. Finding new people to meet and hang out with and date. You know, these aren't big accomplishments, you know what I mean? Like, you know, going to bowling league isn't an accomplishment. Going to your job and working 8 hours a day and just hanging out for like 6 of those 8 hours, that's not an accomplishment. Society doesn't view that shit as an accomplishment. But to me, those are accomplishments because when I was growing up, I didn't know what an accomplishment was. The only thing I really knew was what society called an accomplishment. Which to me, what was force-fed in my brain was, you know, a cool girlfriend / wife, a house, a car, a job that was $50,000 a year or higher, a college degree that actually means something, not like the bullshit history one that I'm getting. And you see, we compare ourselves to all these things, right? In Robin Williams' case, I think maybe he was comparing himself to other retired actors, performers who have done charity work, all that other stuff, whatever, you know. Said maybe it said he had a wife and a kid, so maybe he thought that he wasn't being the best husband or father that he thought he could, and that society said that he should be. We all feel pressure from society. And the thing is that society doesn't directly put the pressure on us. We put the pressure on ourselves. It's like we hold a gun to our own head for no reason whatsoever. Just because society tells us to. I'll never understand why Robin Williams killed himself. I'll never understand. The whole depression thing, I get it. You know, he was maybe depressed, and you know, it made him feel like he wasn't wanted by anybody. But when you have a kid and a wife who, you know, they married you and stuck around with you for a reason. I mean, how can you say that you aren't that you don't deserve to be alive. Yeah, that kind of stuff. I don't know. Just made me think because thoughts I get in my head about me ending my own life, sometimes they're very real. And, honestly, if I asked for the help that I wanted to get, and if I truly said what was on my mind, even as obscure and as much of a joke as it could be interpreted as, those thoughts are still there, and those thoughts would probably land me in a goddamn funny farm. But at the end of the day, let me tell you, at the end of the day, I have stuff to look forward to. Even if it's something as redundant and as routine as the gym, as going to bowling league, as going to work, as going to school, as anything and everything. You know what? The past, we'll say 3 years, the past 3 years of my life, roughly, has really just been me going to work and going to bowling league every day, every week. You know what I mean? And maybe the occasional date here and there, okay? Nothing special, nothing out of the ordinary. Okay, maybe an occasional road trip too. You know, I wasn't doing anything special with my life. But to me, just that routine, just the fact that you're getting out of the house and being productive instead of just staying in the house, not being productive, to me, that is the accomplishment. If Robin Williams, he could just look, what he should have done, he should have looked back on his life and he should have said, hey, I've made billions of fans around the world happy. So that should give me a reason to live. Well, also I like this. I like this. It was on Facebook. Like someone on my graduating class, or not graduating class, but like just I'm on a group where it's like people who graduated my high school, and this religious nutcase. Oh my god, man! This religious nutcase like, oh, it was so bad that Robin Williams died. You should join our church if you ever feel like him, because we'll treat you right, and it'll be great if you have Jesus Christ in your life. It's like, man, get real. Fuck you. And the ugly truth about that, I'm going to talk about religion later on, because I have a lot of fucking things to say about it. Because I think religion's freaking retarded. But that's just me. Truth is there a God? Possibly. But is he relevant in your life? No. You know what is relevant in your life? Entropy. People are dying all around you. Things are collapsing all around you. And there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do about it is to be the best person that you need to be. Fucking do that. Instead of freaking spread your fucking Christianity bullshit. Just because someone killed themselves, now you want to save other people. I have a lot to say about that shit. You know what, man? And this is why I don't care about getting friggin' single-digit views on my videos. Because hell, it's one person. Whoever affects one person affects the entire world. Okay? That's a proverb from the Old Testament. Okay? The real Bible, by the way. Yeah. The ones that us Jewish people made. That's right. And guess what? How true is that? Save one person. Save the whole fucking world. all because you did your best. But anyways, I'm done ranting on this bullshit. My thoughts and condolences go out to Robin Williams' wife and kid who had to witness him killing himself. Here are my thoughts. Alright, have a good day, guys.